Hey everybody, this is Omo once again back at it with another Outcome Memories video, and today we're going to be doing something a little different. We're actually going to be very quickly, this isn't going to take very long, I'm going to voice my opinions on the characters in the game and this little tier list here with all the characters that we have. Obviously, there's a lot of characters down here that are in here that we can't actually use, like there's EYX, there's the boy Colossus right there, there's 2017, Mist Crimson, all that kind of stuff. We're going to run through the characters in the game very quickly. I know there's a lot of footage on these two, and Colossus and Tripwire and Fleetway, but for the sake of this video, I'm not going to be considering them whenever we make this, and we're going to rank it on tiers. We got very strong / OP, which are your really strong characters that you can't really do much against, both killer and survivor oriented. You got strong but fair, which is a very strong survivor, but it is a challenge to fight them, but it's not completely one-sided of a brawl. You got decent, which is just kind of, if you pick them, it's a benefit to the team, but if you don't have them, it's okay. Average is they're just kind of here, you know. And hard countered is they actively detriment the team, or they have no tools against killer or against the survivor. Obviously we have one killer, so this might be a bit interesting of a list, but if you guys like this kind of stuff, make sure to like, subscribe, comment if there's anything that you think is incorrect. And alright, let's get right into it. So we have Tails right here. I'm gonna put Tails in decent, because Tails is very situational. On You Can't Run and Not Perfect, he can fly up to very high spots. And a good Tails supports their team with their arm cannon whenever he sees that they are in trouble. However, this can also give him away very easily, and if a Tails is caught, the only counters are if an Eggman is there, he can put up his shield, so Sonic can't really, X can't really charge after him. But if this Tails takes flight and thinks it's a good time to move, there's nothing he can do. He just gets grabbed out of the air. And then someone has to come waste their stun and save Tails, which will give him meter, which also is just a very risky thing to do. If everybody, because what I like to see, not what I like to see, but what I see a lot is Knuckles will run up, then Sonic will run up, then Metal Sonic will all run up just to save this Tails. So it's a 15-second stun, yes, but you basically just filled his entire rage meter right there, and against 2011X, you don't want to be doing that just for one save, especially early in the game, or if the Tails has very high HP. Grabbing Tails does almost nothing to his HP if he's full health, so that's where I'm putting Tails. Moving on to Knuckles. Knuckles, I'm gonna throw into strong but fair. He's very good. He is a very essential character you want to have on any team, but if if a Knuckles does mess up, it is very punishable by the killer. But a good Knuckles is able to get themselves out of danger very quickly whenever they do throw out their stuns, which is very good. The counter, if you hit a counter as a 2011X, that was either a very good counter or you just made a mistake and was too spammy with their hits. If you get hit by a punch, that means the Knuckles had good aim, or he went for his slam, which was a very good scenario to use that. And you have to play well as Knuckles, but not super over the top well. But if a Knuckles screws around and tries to just throw out their abilities willy-nilly, you can punish. So I do think it's very good to put him right here. Eggman, it depends on your perspective. He's either average or he's very strong and OP. Here's why. Average is when he's in-game, because you can catch an Eggman if you go out of your way. If you go out of your way to go catch an Eggman, you can go and get him. Like, you can take him out of the game. But if he's in last man standing, there's nothing you can do. Like, there's nothing you can do. On Not Perfect, there's a loop where he can infinitely jump up to the second platform of, there's like a, you know what I mean, there's a two-story little flat area near the I think it's the west side of the map. I don't know if you spawn in from one of the main platforms. I don't know. He can loop this. He can loop that with his double jump. He has a shield to protect himself from hits if he makes a mistake. He can launch himself across open maps with his dash and his double jump. So he can just loop you for the better part of his entire last man standing. But outside of that, he's kind of just there. If an Eggman isn't present on the team, it's not really doing you much. He's just an extra guy to kill. At least in my opinion. There may be someone else out there who sees him otherwise. But I think I'll compromise at decent, because if he's last man standing, he's here. If it's average, not average, if it's mid-game, he's like right here. Because he's not hard counter, because he does have a way to actually survive damage and get away. But if you do go after an Eggman, you will probably kill him, unless the stunners come and protect that Eggman, which, to be honest, I'm not sure why they protect the Eggman. The Eggman's not doing too much. They just probably go over there to get some stuns in. Maybe Sonic goes for his overhealth. I don't actually know. Cream. Cream is... I'm going to say strong but fair. Cream can heal her entire team, which is very strong if they know where the Cream is. That's the main problem. Cream oftentimes likes to run and hide in a corner and tell nobody where she is until someone randomly finds her. But a good Cream with comms, this Cream will be very good. Cream is very good, but if you do catch her and she makes a mistake in not pathing you well enough, maybe she tries to run you around a corner too much. I'm saying you as in you're a killer in this scenario. If she does not play well enough to avoid your attack, she can die, and that is a very big... there is a very big hit to the survivor team, which I think is fair. But if she's left alive or left alone or very well protected, she's very strong because she's healing everybody. Metal, I almost put him in OP, but I do realize if you go for a Metal very early game as an executioner, he becomes a very strong but fair character, because if you don't give Metal a chance to heal... Metal is one of the most threatening characters in a match of Outcome Memories, and you're going to see him a lot, both on Survivor and Killer side. Survivor side, he takes very little damage compared to everybody else, and he also is able to take way more damage because he has more health, and also the fact that he has a way to heal himself. The main problem is if a killer knows or finds you early and wastes all of y'all's stuns, he will not give Metal a chance to heal. Which, Eggman can't heal him. Eggman can't heal him unless he's near Metal. And this mainly comes down to your ping and your ability to dodge. If your ping is good, maybe you'll be fine. But if your ping is bad and the killer you're going against is also bad, there's not really much you can do as a Metal, because you're going to get hit, you're going to die, because they see you and they go, oh, I'm not going to let him heal, and then you're just kind of cooked at that point. But killer side, you need to know to go after a Metal early on if you can find him. If you don't find him, basically just change your plan. But I think he's very strong, but he's also very fair. He has 1 life, and you can catch him healing to do full damage if you are lucky. But overall, a very strong character who benefits the team a lot, so I would put Metal here. This is not ordered, by the way. I'm just kind of throwing them in here as I see them. So if you want to switch these guys around, that is completely up to you. Amy. Amy, I would say, is decent. Amy's kind of your secondary healer / secondary stunner. She's kind of a second to everything. If she misses her hammer, she's kind of dead in the water. But she has the ability to heal if she gets her Sun card. And she does have good mobility with her hammer bounce if she does have her hammer. And as a killer, going after an Amy who has a God card pull at the beginning of a match, can say from personal experience, is very, very difficult. because you want the Amy out of the game so she doesn't heal her teammates, but at the same time, if Cream and Amy are both here, this Cream is probably very well protected. Because if you try to go for one, this one will stun you. If you try to go for the other, she'll try to run away from you. This one's obviously easier, but oftentimes, if it's a good team, this Amy will come defend this Cream, or all these characters, this one. Am I missing any? No, I'm not missing any. Yeah, they'll come defend this Cream and this Amy. They know their priorities and will come defend these two so they don't lose their heals, which is very good of a strategy, but also at the same time, it makes Amy kind of just a second fiddle to Knuckles and Metal Sonic when it comes to stunning, and also a second fiddle to not Amy, but Cream when it comes to healing. So she's kind of there. If you lose her, it's okay. It's only really scary when you don't have a Cream in the first place, or you already lost the Cream. Then you're kind of playing on hardcore outcome memories, you know what I mean? So yeah, that is Amy. We're gonna move on to Sonic. Alright, so Sonic. I'm not gonna lie to you, I think Sonic's a very... To me, Sonic is very close between decent and strong but fair. Sonic has a stun that can completely distract the killer for a little bit, but his dodge is also... Some people would debate it's Sonic's OP, which... I mean, he's Sonic, he's the main character. Obviously, he would be very strong, but Sonic has only an escape move that takes 3 seconds to charge, which if you activate this in the wrong spot and the killer actually finds you, you're dead, more than likely. Because the only reason you should be using use peel out is to get out of a situation. And you either risk one of two things if you peel out in the wrong spot. You lose all of your dodge, which you don't want to do, because then you have to hit drop dashes, which means you have to wait for either a Knuckles or a Tails or a Metal Sonic to get a stun first, because if you go for a drop dash, you risk missing the drop dash, and you don't get anything, and you just get a little escape, which then guess what? 2011X can just run up to you with your invis, and you can't do anything. You're just kind of a fish in the water. And, people would say he's OP for that. I don't think he is. I think that's balanced, especially whenever it comes to LMS. LMS, Sonic kind of needs that because he takes way more damage than everyone else does. And, yeah. So, Sonic, I would say... Honestly, I'll put him in strong but fair. He has a good... he can save his team if he correctly uses his peel out. And his drop dashes allows him a good secondary stun method if someone else is already stunned. And also allows him to gain his overhealth back. So that is a good resource management system. I think he's well designed. I think he's strong but fair. And yeah, that is Sonic. And we got 2011X. I'm not going to hold you. I'm debating between a hard countered and average with this guy. Because with 2011, I'm going to put him right here for a second. Because with 2011X, he has a lot of moves that are good, but a lot of them can be completely blasted by these guys. So, 2011 has his invisibility for his mobility, and able to dodge this, and this. Oh, and this. He can use invisibility and God's Trickery to dodge attacks. If you're in a good lobby with God's Trickery, you're not going to expect it to do damage, you're just using it as a dodge. That's the main thing. You want to group up survivors who stun, because everyone tries to throw out their stuns super early just to kind of get you away from them. Or sometimes there'll be people who just throw out their stuns just to throw them out. And that's honestly not a great strategy, because guess what? All stuns lead to rage mode, right? So basically, it's either you get a lobby that's full of people who want to stun you, or you, as survivors, avoid him altogether, like try to run and dodge, which is a much riskier play because you're risking not getting that stun so you can get way more distance and force him to go into invis, which, by the way, I have to say, force him to go into invis has almost no cooldown anyway, so there's no cooldown on this. For anybody who hasn't played 2011X in a little bit or just doesn't remember, he can just use that as soon as you get away and catch back up to you. So he restarts the chase again. So if you're weak and you're low and he knows where you went, he will go invis, he will teleport to you, and you need to group up with your team. However, that comment right there that I just made illustrates the weakness with this guy, and that is the fact that if a team decides to all group up, he can't do anything, because he uses invis to find survivors. Well, they're all in the same group, so that negates that purpose. Well, he uses invis to dodge. Well, you are going to hope and pray that all of these people either throw out their stuns or you dodged all of their stuns and did not get hit by them, because the first mechanic is you hope they don't move. You're hoping a lot of things whenever you use this guy. God's Trickery in that scenario, the worst case scenario of them grouping up is just a dodge. There's nothing else you can do with it. Invis is just another dodge, and Charge is either countered by this with his counter and his energy shield, or Charge is just a kill confirm. That's all it is. Because if you need one of these guys down, guess what? Snap their neck. Guess what? They're got right back up, because guess what? Everyone's here. If they're all split up, 2011X becomes 10 times better, because if the team is split up and nobody's actually there, 2011X can very easily pick off survivors, because Knuckles throws his punch, hits. Okay, invis finds him again. Oh, I mistime one of my swings and I hit his counter. Guess what? Invis back to him again. Guess what? He has no stuns. Guess what? He's dead. That's mainly how it works if they're all split up. So I'd say he's average / hard countered. But I'm going to put him in average just because I really hope he gets some extra buffs, and also because I like the killer. I think he's well designed. I just think the survivors are built around him rather than him being built around the survivors, if that makes sense. I think Colossus and Tripwire are more built around the survivors and what they can do, versus 2011 where it's the other way around. So I'll just put him in average. I don't think if he's out of the game like these guys. I think if this guy's in the game, you're in a lot of trouble just from footage, but I'm not going to really talk about this too much. But right now, I don't think he's that much of a threat if you know how to handle him. Like, literally, people say that, oh, 2011X is good. Face a lobby with all these guys grouped up and know what they're doing, and you take that back very, very quickly. Because the only time you get to split these guys up is Rage Mode. And then they will run. You may get a kill. If the Metal Sonic... You may get Metal Sonic, honestly. That may be your only kill. Because this guy's going to try and stun you, doesn't do anything. This guy's going to try and stun you, doesn't do anything. This guy's going to try and stun you, doesn't do anything. This guy, nothing. This guy, nothing. So guess what? All these stuns are on cooldown for 20-ish seconds. That's 20-ish seconds that this Metal Sonic gets to throw at his charge, and you get to absolutely murder him in Rage. That is the only thing you get. So all they really lost, if these guys play well, you may lose a Knuckles, maybe you lose Tails if he screws up. Tails isn't that big of a priority. If you lose one of these two, you might be able to pull back. If you lose the Cream, very big, but you may be able to pull back. But if they all stick together, if all these guys stick together, there should be no issue in playing against 2011. That's just how the game looks right now. The only way to split them up is with Rage Mode, so I'm going to put him in average, and I think that's probably going to be what our final list looks like. Alright guys, this is our final list. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you guys really like this content. If you guys see anything that you don't agree with, or I say anything you guys don't agree with, be sure to put it down below. We always like extra opinions and learning about the game together. So yeah, I'm going to sign off. This is my final tier list. Alright, see you guys later.